without compromise.
Okay,
On Intel
so
Core i7.
this is going to be
And by
Temple
Omen
of
by
Anubis,
HP,
because
the official PC
Nubani,
and
the
display
shock just
of
got
the
rolled,
Overwatch League.
so we're going to do this one. Yeah.
Responsibilities. It's so difficult to play this.
This is still stage playoffs. This is just the third map.
Caught the halftime break. You can see that both teams have pretty strong records on this map, and in fact, the Shock. Our first map where you capture the point. This time there's 2 points to capture in a single map. There are no payloads here. Capture point A, then capture point B, and then your attacking round is finished. Your opponent will try and replicate this, and we play until one team has no time left in their bank. Sometimes it only takes one run through, sometimes multiple. Yeah, so I mean, you do see like a game, for instance, can go and be like a 4-3 game, right? If you complete your offensive attack, then the other team does as well. You'll go on the offense yet again. This time to kick things off, though, to be the Vancouver Titans here on defense.
Okay.
They go with a Reinhardt face.
Yep, so they're going to go goats, which is, you know, understandable. So what the Titans have to do, right, is either focus of Moth here, or Sinatra, because Moth provides most of the healing, and Sinatra provides most of the damage, right? But for Shock, right, even, for Shock, for the Titans, it's really easy for them to win, even with Bumper dying, right? Because you have the damage, you still have a little bit of tankiness, and you also have the healing, right? So what the Shock have to do is focus Somin Su, like, entirely, or Janu, because these two, right, this one can basically negate ultimates, so if Sinatra has Grav, they obviously focus Janu first. If Sinatra doesn't have Grav, they focus Somin Su, so that they don't have any more damage anymore. Because Somin Su is basically a DPS if he's charged up. So let's see how this plays out.
This version of the 3-3 triple tank, triple support. So Reinhardt will sit up on that mid bridge. The Shock, they're going to push in here towards the left.
So this is pretty standard for the Titans, but
Use the Lucio speed boost.
What are they? They're trying to
oh, Slime goes super low, which is an issue. If Slime dies here, they probably lose the fight, because Slime is like their utility, right? They can speed out, when let's say the Shock engage, right? The Shock engage with Moth with their speed boost. If Slime is alive, they just speed boost out, and it does the same thing, right? But if Slime dies, they don't have that, right? And they also don't have the healing that Slime will provide. Yeah, they still don't have the healing. Only Brig and Zen, and that's not a lot of healing. This is like 16 heals per second. And this is like 30, I think. Yeah. So, let's see.
That. I like that. The Titans tried to do this to the Shock on Numbani earlier. Try and fake rotations and catch the Titans out of position.
Yeah.
The Shock are able to rotate in such a manner that they now...
Hold on. Oh, crap. Alright, so I had to get a package. Hold on. Alright, cool. So, they're on this high ground, right? So, usually with Goats teams, you have Sinatra staying on... Well, you have your Zarya, which is, in this case, it's Sinatra on the high ground, right? So that, since Zarya's beam still has a pretty long range, it's not like far range, like it can reach from... Let's say Zarya's here, it can reach up there, right? But still, Zarya's thing can reach from this high ground basically to Bumper, right? And so, if Sinatra is charged up, which I'm pretty sure he is, he can do a lot of damage, right? So, yeah.
Above the point. They've gotten through two very perilous choke points.
Alright, so they drop. Sinatra drops too, so
taking a lot of damage even trying to get here, but now they begin to capture the point. Now
yeah, so this is very smart from the Shock, because now the Titans have to push in on them, right? Because since they rotated from over there to here, and the Titans were over here, right? Now they have to use their speed boost to engage, and now let's say the Shock just speed boost out. They can counter-engage with their speed boost and destroy them, because they don't have their speed boost anymore.
The Titans have to play like their attackers. The roles have been switched. The Titans have to get the Shock off the point.
Yeah, see, now they're engaging, right? unless they get a pick, right, and the speed until the speed boost runs out, they lose.
Otherwise, point A will be done for already.
Yep, see, Janu goes half, Bumper goes half. You see all these, you see on the right? Well, Violet goes a little bit low, but... See, now they have to push out, because Janu, Bumper, Sominsu took so much damage that they had to get out, right? Before, and try and engage later. So now Super pushes up, and pushes up a little bit, and so Haxel's just trying to, like, touch it. See, you see? Like, Haxel is touching over here, right? If you watch this back a little bit,
corner, you can see Violet.
Just look at Haxel, right? He's like tagging a little bit. He's tagging the point like that.
The Shock are winning out on these early damage trades, and the big bodies,
right?
the durable
so
on the Titans.
So now
very careful.
they engage again, right? But this time Sinatra falls low, so that means they have a chance of winning this fight. However, on the side of Vancouver, we have Janu, who's low. Who's half. Janu always seems to be half when I'm analyzing him for some reason. We have Slime a little bit, Haxel a little bit, and Bumper a little bit, took a little bit of damage. On this side, however, we just have Sinatra going really, really low. So, if Sinatra dies here, the push might end.
Low on health currently, but so is Sinatra, and he's taken down. That might be now the floodgates opening up.
And now they use Trance to secure the fight win, and yeah, they win.
The Transcendence out from Twilight is the Titans now.
But Violet uses Trance here, even with both their tanks down. It's probably not a smart move, but...
And now Rascal and Super down. The Titans had to wait for it, but they do get the
Troyobin
shot
gets
off the point, and they
staggered,
send them back
right.
to square one.
Yeah, you know, 88% there for the Shock, so it's a good first attack. The problem is, though, they use their Transcendence towards the end of that, potentially trying to keep... potentially trying to keep Super up. And at that point, when you lose Sinatra, your big damage dealer, it's tough.
Alright, so coming into the next fight... Let me move this. So we have Super, Rascal with their ults. They have Sominsu and Haxel with their ults, right? Potentially building up Sound Barrier, Grav, and Bomb this fight, right? On this side, they basically can build all the ultimates except for Zen, right? So in this fight, the Shock want to win fast, right? They want to use they want to win fast so that the Vancouver's Titans ults don't come online, right? Right now, Slime's only at 80%, and Bumper's only at 75%. If they win fast and wipe them before they can get their ultimates, let's say Haxel uses Rally, right? With this engage, right, what they have to do is use Rascal's Rally first, right? Take Bumper's shield super low so that he has to go away. Sominsu has to grab first, and then Super Shatters, right? So then Moth can get... And Moth and Troyobin can get their ults, and then they can probably get it. That's probably the only way they can win, right? Because otherwise, the Titans get their ults. So
value out of it whatsoever.
On the upside, the Titans also use their
or Troyobin just eats it.
Prior to that, so it's a trade of ultimates.
Yep. See, immediately once they get grabbed, Super Shatters, right? Jen gets his, but look, immediate. Yep. See, look at that shatter, so that they can't go up on that, right? So now this fight is now favored for the Shock, right? We have Sinatra coming up on his, we have Moth coming up on his, Troyobin coming up on his. Over here we have Bumper, we have Slime, and that's it. So theoretically, now the Shock want to play slow since they baited out Grav and Bomb basically. Yeah.
Spots just as we saw on Nepal. Every time his team gets caught up, he sends the shatter down. Now the Titans are on the back foot. Big force is the rear of the point here.
So they solo shatter, or they solo Grav Haxel, right? Moth gets stunned, but that's okay because he has Sound Barrier. But you see Haxel over here, he has Sound Barrier too, but he's also caught by the Grav, and Sinatra's just gonna laser him, right? Now, Troyobin has his bomb, and I'm pretty sure this is where Troyobin goes insane, but let's see.
See the Sound Barrier now for both sides to give them an...
Right, so Super charges Bumper, I think? Yeah. A Bumper gets Moth, but they should... Yeah, they don't have this anymore. So they lose Super and Moth. They lose all their healing and their tech and their heals. Probably not good.
They have to back away once more, and the Titans just keep getting stronger.
Titans, man, holding on yet again on D. See how aggressive Bumper's being, going right into the enemy spawn. They're going to pick up Super as well.
Alright,
No risk.
Trying to get
this
out.
is
Yeah,
not
there's
good
no
for the
risk in that
Shock.
scenario.
There's a good,
This is
you know,
not very
10
good.
or so seconds that you need
They
to
had it,
wait to respawn.
like, in their
so there's actually
hands. They just
no one
didn't
left
have to
from
get
the
picked
shot.
off by their
now
shatter.
they were reappearing in their spawn area.
Alright.
So with this much time left, what
Now-
the Shock could do is
Alright, so now what we're doing is, now the Titans have the advantage. They literally almost have every single ult except for Slime, right? Here, they have Rascal, they have Rascal and Violet, with Super and Sinatra can build up this fight, but these two cannot. Like, it's impossible. Unless, like, they fight the long fight. So, the Vancouver, they probably want to reset quickly so that they have another chance of getting
they could
this.
use that Brigitte
Because
ultimate
if
of Rascal to rally to
the
his
Titans
team. Maybe that
put up
forces
a
Exalt to use his
like
rally.
a
And you
fight,
see
right?
so
No,
much
let's say
damage out of his
the Shock put up a fight, right? Now, the Vancouver Titans basically have 100% win rate of this fight right now because they have all the ultimates while the Shock don't, right? But if the Shock reset like quickly and don't use any ults, then we win. Then they win. Okay. So Violet gets stunned. They get grabbed, right? This is good for the Shock. Okay. So Violet uses trance. Violet's trance usage this map hasn't been very good.
Violet tries to pop the train centers to keep his team alive, but it's too late. They'd already
See,
lost.
they wanted to reset quickly. So now, the only ultimates that the Titans have is these, right? While we have Grav, Shatter, Troyobin, and Violet used his for some reason, which they could have used for another ultimate.
Rascal and Sinatra now, that ultimate from Violet has no value. The Shock have to back away, Matt, and they're under 1 minute remaining to capture point A. This might be a repeat of what we saw on Numbani.
And Sinatra has this Graviton Surge, but what do you have to combo with it? You don't have that self-destruct right now. It's going to be happening to keep Sinatra alive. And all that damage combined with Super to push through.
Yeah, they have. I think they have this fight. Even with no support ult,
ultimate.
the only
In less than a minute.
support ult that they have is
He's gonna get
trance
the
for
train
Titans,
centers 'cause
right?
Shock now.
The slime also
Pushing
has
one
it,
more
exactly.
chance
So
to
maybe
take this
they
point. 22 seconds
have this
remaining in the
fight,
round.
but I'm
Sinatra
but
must connect with
I
this
think
Graviton surge. It
Troyobin
must be a gainful
does something
exchange
this map.
of
I don't
ultimate
remember
abilities.
when, but I'm
Getting a
pretty
player
sure he does
advantage early in the
something.
fight would be big. The Shock taking it.
So they're taking their time. So they did the same thing as the first push, right? So they rotated all the way around so that they're now on this high ground. Bumper is down here. Janu's here. Slime is all, and everybody else is there, right? So Sinatra is waiting for Janu to get out of position and use his defense matrix like not goodly, and then he'll just put down his Grev, right? Then he can do the shatter and then the bomb and
Time,
you know.
10 seconds left.
And they're just trying
So
to bait him to
so
just
Super drops first.
solo grab Bumper there on the point. To just use that ultimate only connect with that main tank.
Look at the number below his aiming reticle. Sinatra's not charged up.
Alright, so he just yeets it, right? So he catches Somin, Sue, and Twilight. Bumper is over here doing bumper things, killing stuff. We have Janu and Haxel and Slime trying to support him. So there's nobody here supporting Somin Sue. So let's say if they focus their attention on Somin Sue and Twilight, Bumper dies, right? Let's say they focus their attention on Bumper, Somin Sue, and Twilight dies, right? So it's basically a trade here, right? If right, they probably want to help Somin Sue and Twilight, but in doing so, their main tank dies. But they have a good % win rate with Bumper dying, so that means they should, like, yep, see? We have Bumper rotating around, we have Janu and Haxel trying to support them, and Super right here is caught, right?
Graviton surge.
No, he's not caught. He's gonna shatter. He goes super low. Twilight uses trance.
Centers to keep Sorminsu alive. The only player that was
Alright, so Janu uses Balm. Yeah. But this is not good, because now the Titans have these 4, plus Janu's ult. The Shock have these 3. And, no, actually, no, they basically have the same ultimates, actually. So now, it's whoever plays it better, right? Super and Sinatra are really low right now, so that's not good. So they catch Twilight, which, that's good. Because Twilight doesn't have trance anymore, but his healing and his damage is still good with his Discord. But Slime goes in with the save. Alright, so Super survives. Bumper gets... Choyobin gets Janu. And Choyobin gets 2. Yeah, this is where he clutches, I think.
Just what the Shock needed to get themselves out of this sticky situation. Choyobin sticks the landing. 10 out of 10 from the judges. And the San Francisco Shock keep themselves in this map.
Barely, though. As you know,
now they have to push, right? Since, so they can snowball this, right? Even though Bumper and Haxel have their ultimates, Bumper, Summonsoo, and Slime still haven't respawned, right? And with the added momentum from the sound barrier, they can probably snowball this into at least like a tick or something like that.
Point A, so now they have about 4 minutes here to take point B. And they're going
oh, yep, see, Twilight gets picked, so now this is probably like a losing fight.
That's huge. A player advantage so early on in the fight. The San Francisco Shock
Careful
trying to
with
convert
Bumper
the
Shatter,
momentum they
though.
build up on point A.
They have to not
Looking
get caught
good
out
so far.
and have
Sinatra
Super
is well
just
charged.
protect
Now
them.
he'll have another Graviton Surge available.
Cool, Bumper goes super, yeah, Bumper dies here. So now, it's not
Trouble
affected.
teased down. The Discord all applied by Violet made it hard for him to stay alive. And now Sinatra in a great position to receive Janu. The defense matrix doesn't mitigate Sinatra's damage at all. He can cut straight through the mech. Almost a full capture here for the Shock on point B. They got themselves out of the stickiest situation. Choyobin arrives to knock down, but the Transcender's being brought in. The Shock used 2 support ultimates at once, but it works! It all looked like it'd be over for the Shock. They were looking dejected on point A, but Choyobin saved the day and kept the Shock in a now, Matt.
Yeah,
they finished the map.
And they just run him over. Because of the 4-minute time extension the Shock gained from capturing point A, they had enough time to capture point B. They didn't need to use much of it, so that gets stored away.
overtime scenarios,
go,
like Danny, our insider, was telling us. You know, the Shock, they lost a lot of these overtime scenarios early on in the season.
Alright, so this is what more standard things that we're doing. So, Titans rotate up. This is the standard way to play Temple of Anubis, right? Alright.
A little bit frantic right there. It goes into that crazy overtime scenario. They come out on top. Just that experience they gained throughout stage 1.
Alright, you see this positioning from Moth. This Moth positioning, he's gonna, once Bumper gets cut off from his team, like probably around, like, let's say, around here, right? If Bumper goes over here, he's gonna loop around up here and boop him, right? And with the boop, he can send him into here, like over here, right? Here, we have Super, Choyobin, we have this, we have Zen, we have Sinatra, right? We basically have every single person. And so, what they have to do is they're forced to use their speed boost to help save Bumper. But that's the issue, right? If they use their speed boost...
Super standing on
it's
the
not
awning
good.
there is Reinhardt. He can't really be hit by the Titans until they push through this choke. It's a great opportunity for the Shock to get free, unanswerable damage.
And when he uses it, when he puts the shield up, he can actually...
Oh, yeah, see, the smart play from Summonsoo is bubbling Bumper as he goes in, right? So Moth, because Bubble mitigates any boops, right? So that's pretty good from Summonsoo.
The players coming through, so...
We can see around the corner. Janu, a little bit low.
Janu goes low.
A little bit overextended.
I don't know why. He feels. I feel like Janu goes really low all the fight.
Him down
Even
as a
with the fights that they
primary
win.
target. Once again, Sinatra needs to keep an eye on that health bar. He went down early beforehand, and it almost cost them everything. On the high ground.
Yeah. So now. Yeah. So they forced. Okay. So the play from the San Francisco Shock was. They forced the armor pack to be used on Janu, so that Bumper doesn't have his. And so once Sinatra, Super, and Violet pressure Bumper's shield, they kill him. And now they probably win this.
Choyobin is chased off. Sinatra gets Bumper though. That's massive. Yes, so many.
Choyobin is going low.
Sue is up there on the high ground in the back, but it doesn't matter. They've lost their Reinhardt. Now it's very hard for the Titans to advance without taking.
Nope. So Super and Choyobin overextend, and now Summonsoo has grab, so it's not
Dealt
good.
with him now.
They're probably
And the
gonna
pressure's starting to get the San Francisco Shock. It's falling apart at the seams. The Graviton Surge now used by Summonsoo to get the stragglers of the Shock. Looked okay. Matt, they got a very important first
Yeah, they
hit,
had
but
the
it didn't
pick,
seem to
but
help
for
them
some
much
reason-
as the fight continued.
Choyobin just
behind enemy
overextended.
lines,
and
just doing
destroyed.
so much damage. He's able to demech Choyobin, so didn't have that big diva mech. And then he's all charged up, and he's behind, just launching those
or actually,
alternate
Somensu
fires,
was
just
lasering him.
big explosive grenade.
And look at that. With that 4-minute extension, the Titans are up to 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
So, some ultimates here, though, for the Shock to use, though. So it's not all doom and
Alright,
gloom.
so
Shock.
with this
6 minutes
fight-
on the clock for Vancouver.
Crap. Alright, so with this fight, let's go back a little bit. So, with this fight, we have Super, Sinatra, Rascal, Trailbin, Violet. We have those ults. For Titans, they have Twilight, Slime, Bumper, Jen. They use these two to cap first. So, realistically, the Titans are just trying to bait out everybody else's ults. So, let's see.
With that 4-minute
Unless,
extension,
like,
the Titans
Janu
are up to 6
eats
minutes and
Grav.
20 seconds.
Something.
Some ultimates here, though, for the Shock to use, though. So it's not all doom and gloom. For
But
the
she
Shock.
probably
6
doesn't.
minutes on the clock for Vancouver.
Yeah,
You
so
see right there,
what the Shock wanted to do is only use Grav or Rally or both, right? And don't use any ults to combo because they probably win this fight.
Graviton Surge connect.
Alright, so Twilight uses
everybody.
Trans, which is
Transcendence
cool.
being used
But
by
Janu
Twilight
still
to
goes
keep
low.
The Titans alive
Which is
despite
cool.
the weight of ultimates that are being leveraged against them.
Right?
Bumper, I know what he's looking for. He wants a big Earth Shatter. He wants to flank and catch the Shock by surprise. He has it ready now.
Alright, so Super is not close to Sinatra and Rascal, and so if they
Waiting for
get
an
shattered
opportunity
here,
to use it. The Shock are a little bit split. If
No,
they
no,
don't
no,
take
no.
refuge behind
Yeah,
Super's
they have to go behind
shield,
Super
and if
shield.
Super doesn't have his shield up, they're all going to
Yeah.
be knocked down. But
So
Super's
Super
missing
dies,
out the
but
perfect
Somensu
time
dies.
for the Titans to spring forth. Transcendent.
Alright, so with this massive colors and stuff, we have... Alright, so let me break down the fight, right? We have Super dying first, then Somensu dies, right? Now, right, we have Violet and Moth layering their support ultimates, which is never something that you should do, and Bumper using his Shatter. Right, the reason why you don't want to layer support ultimates is because, alright, so, let's say we use Moth's, thingy, right? If Moth's thingy takes let's say Moth, Barrier, right? With Barrier, he gets extra health, right? Extra health for, you know, whatever, right? So, with the extra health, Violet doesn't need to use Trance because you don't need to heal anything under that health, right? Because the damage that they're taking is being destroyed into Moth's Barrier, not healed by Violet's Trance, right? If instead they staggered it so that they use Moth's first, then Violet, they could probably get like a bigger value out of these ultimates, but they probably still win this because how 2CP works is since Super spawns so close back here and Somensu spawns so far away, like over there, the picks that the Shock get is better than the picks that the Titans get. So basically, they either have to like wipe them completely, right? See, now this is not good. Oh, never mind. So Sinatra has his.
But the Shock were able to pick themselves back up and avoid the blast. And now with a couple of players on the point, the Shock can keep this point contested. The Titans cannot accrue capture progress while there are Shock players present. And now they have to throw everything out.
Alright, so if they saved Trance, they probably could have kept Rascal alive. And with the... Yeah, so they use Shatter and...
Shatter into Graviton Surge. Sinatra's right there. There's a lot of damage coming from the Shock right now.
Now that's a lot of damage.
Once again, the main tank for the Titans. Missing once more. And the Titans will be pushed back without getting any capture progress.
That's
the
good
Shock,
for the Shock.
tenacious, refuse to leave the point for even a moment.
And I tell you what, Mitch, I mean, it's towards the end where you see Super use the Shatter, and then the grab comes through from Sinatra. But the play is made by Moth. Bumper actually connects the really nice Earth Shatter, but Moth actually, using the wall riding Lucio, goes off the pole, then uses the boop to displace him and just pushes him which way open, over the side, so you're not able to get that big Reinhardt follow through.
That's huge.
The big play.
Alright, I'm gonna put a disclaimer. I'm not, like, the best analyst ever. Like, I'm in gold, almost in plat, so you can call me plat chat all you want.
Reinhardt is so frustrating.
I'm just putting my views
Your
out there.
only ability
No
that
way for
gives
him to
you,
get back up.
The only ability that gives you more mobility is a charge that you're committed to, and you can't defend yourself whilst charging.
Cool. So, in this fight, Moth, Violet, Trailbin, Rascal. And for the Titans, we have Somensu, Slime. And that's it.
Reinhardt does not want to be
Alright.
pushed off his positioning.
Somensu goes half.
And now the Titans will take this
So, Super gets solo graft. Trailbin almost
one
eats
slow, trying to
it.
filter through. Super's the only
See, even if Choyobin doesn't eat the grav, he's still matrixing all the damage that Janu, Twilight, and Slime are doing, right? Even if they don't mitigate, like, the Haxel and Bumper damage, it's still, like, damage, like, that can be mitigated by the Diva Matrix. So, this shows that you don't have to eat the grav to be effective as Diva, right? You don't have to eat the grav to save your team. Yeah, and Violet uses Trance, which should help.
Be caught inside of it to give that transcendence healing over to its main tank. So that's an ult.
So now this is why you want to layer your support ultimate. So now you have your moth beat, you have your these, and then they have this, right? If you layer them, you can if you layer them, you're not getting value from one of them, right?
Any value whatsoever. They're still where they started. 4 minutes and 20 on the clock. The shock.
Unless, like, there's a massive ton of damage that, let's say, the only reason why you would layer Trance and Beat is because if, let's say, everybody goes low and Moth beats to make everybody survive, right? Violet then can use Trance and heal everybody from their health, right? They can heal the beat damage, but they can heal the damage that was already taken. Moth's beat doesn't actually heal anything, it just provides extra shielding. That's a Bumper player. But yeah, see now Moth uses his barrier, right? Now Super goes low, right? Yeah.
Breaks line of sight, is able to get to the back line of the shot, but still no kills have resulted from that one. Rascal uses the rally though, and that's a bomb over the top. Can Choi save the day again? No kills from that one.
So now Sinatra uses Grav again, right? So now they can probably build their ult off this. This is why sometimes it's not good to use ults into a Grav, because let's say if you use, alright, so let's say, like, you know, your typical example of Grav Dragon, right? If you use your Grav and then use your Dragon, sure, you can team wipe them, but what about next fight, right? Let's say you use 2 ultimates to win the fight. What about the next fight? Let's say the next fight, they come back, right? If you just used Grav, you could build up your other ultimates besides using Dragon, right? But let's say it's an engage, right, and you just want to win the fight outright, right? You would use your Dragon. So it's situational.
Gets the shockwave.
Yep, so Bumper dies, and now they win this.
The gladiator battle. He gets rid of Bumper, and now Haxel is quick to follow in a 6-4 scenario. Now the Titans are going to run out of gas in a few moments, and that will essentially put the shock level, if not ahead in time.
No, the Titans keep taking this fight on the point over and over and over again, and they're letting Violet just sit in that back left corner on the Zenyatta, just lay down these discords, lay down the damage. So Zenyatta is a support hero, but he's really a damage dealer at his core, right? He's able to put down the discord, which amplifies the amount of damage that player takes when the discord orbs over their head. And then just with his primary fire, just puts down so much damage. You cannot allow him to go uncontested in the back left corner.
Yeah, his trade-offs is that he's very vulnerable. He does not have a large health pool, and his orbs take a lot of...
Alright, stop. Axel goes low, Bumper goes low, Somitsu goes half, like, kind of. So, Janu, Twilight, Somitsu, and kind of Slime, right? Here we have Choyobin, Violet, Sinatra, Rascal, maybe Moth, right? Unless Moth gets picked, or it's Choyobin gets picked. Somitsu uses Grav, but they have Trance, they answer Trance. Yep, they use Bomb, right? That's a big bomb. Never mind. Somehow they survived the bomb, but now they use counter Grav, and Bumper gets charged out. Now Bumper dies, I think. Yep, Bumper dies, and now everybody else pushes out.
On Bumper now, who talked a big game about being the most aggressive, the most powerful main tank in the Overwatch League, but right now, he is being taken to task.
Look, I mean, if I had the Vancouver Titans schedule too, you could talk a pretty big game. Their opponent's win percentage throughout Stage 1 is just 39%. They roll through Stage 1, but they have the second easiest schedule of everybody in the league.
They didn't play every team in the league. Yes. They had 7 matches in the regular stage, so it's just a slice of what is out there.
But you expect Bumper to play, at his best in a match like this. He's got another Shatter here coming online.
Alright, so Bumper goes in last. So let's say if Super was here, he'd be able to shatter everybody here, because Bumper isn't with his team. But the Super doesn't do that because he's not there, right? But let's say Super was here, he'd be able to shatter them over here and kill everything.
Another battle of these Reinhardts. Shatter v Shatter.
And now Bumper rejoins his team. So now
Just around the corner here. He knows he's been spotted out, but he needs to wait for the rest of his team, and they don't need to peek out until they're ready to all run. They'll be taking unnecessary damage and allowing the shock to accrue further on.
Alright. Bumper goes in aggressive, like Bumper style. And someone's to give him the bubble. And that's a... Yeah, so with Reinhardt's mechanics, right, he usually swings from right to left. So he swings like that. And so, let's say... Alright, so let's rewind that, right, a little bit. How do I do that? That. Okay. Alright, so...
For the rest of his team, and they don't
right.
need to peek out
So now we
until they're ready to all run. They'll be taking unnecessary damage and allowing the shock to...
Alright, stop. So, Bumper sees that Super over here is split off from his team over here, right? His team is over here, Super is over here. So, what Bumper decides to do is push him so aggressive that Super backs out, right? And so, once he pushes Super with his hammer this way, Super gets a little bit knocked back and he goes here. So now Bumper can hit the shatter onto Rascal. But, I mean, that's not a very big value shatter because it's only Rascal and it's not like, let's say, it's not like Moth or Violet or... And so Moth gets beat off. And now they hit the counter shatter with Bumper, like, going super aggressive, and now they win the fight. No, they don't win the fight, actually, because I didn't know Slime had beat. But Janu kills Rascal, which is probably something that they wanted to do. Super gets melted, and now they win this, because they have Grav, and unless... Kilobin goes insane, but he doesn't.
The Titans have 1/3 of the capture progress so far, but the Shock still have players. They can
Good,
still
it's good,
maintain
it's good.
presence here on the point. Violet, he's very vulnerable on the Zenyatta, but he's playing quite aggressively, riskily here, trying to find some damage and maybe even a kill. Bumper's low.
Bumper dies, but Super dies as well. But that's something you'd want to trade, right? Because Super, yeah, like how I explained before, that's how tumbling works.
Sticky situation. Self-destruct is thrown in. Violet gets accosted by Slime, who comes out of nowhere, and now Slime's looking for more, trying to chase Sinatra away from the point. The Titans almost have 2/3 of capture progress right now, and they've got it so close to having B all tied up. They need to deal with the last few players of the Shock, and they'll be good. But Super's here. Trihoman switched over the wrecking ball to help stall things out, but that graviton surge from the Shock did not connect. No one from the Titans was caught up in that one, and all they can do is try and make this more costly in terms of time for the Titans.
I don't have
There's
anything
nothing that's really going to stop Vancouver here.
Yes.
Now, Matt, they get the map done. Vancouver do finish.
This time,
Cool.
Knock people out of position with Diva's rocket boost. You can actually, again, displace.
So Vancouver Titans only have
so now
1
both
minute.
teams out of the gates once more. The compositions have not changed.
So what they have to do, right? The best way to win without ultimates is Goats, right? If let's say, because Goats has the most brawling power in point and can stall it out the longest, right? Wait, what did I just do? Yeah, they can stall it out the longest, right? But let's say if you ran a damage-based comp, right? Yeah, sure, you'd get your ultimates, but like at like 1 minute and 20 seconds into the round, which is like not something that they have the option to do, right? They get roll over first because they have to get their ultimates to beat the Goats, right? That's so weirdly positioned by Super. Oh wait, no, they push into Super, right? Let's go back. So we watch that again, right? We have Super.
It will be triple tap,
Alright,
triple score with
let's see.
Reinhardt for both teams at the 4, and the Titans, they've one good fight, maybe 2 if they stretch it, but they have to go quick.
Alright, so they have Super over here. So how Super gets caught out is they speed past Super, and they ignore him, and they go for Sinatra. So now, Sinatra's here, he is going to get focused, but how it's working out is Super is here. And so, he gets split in between his team, right? Let's say we have, this is Temple, this is the, how do I do this? So, this is the doorway. We have, this is Vancouver. We have Super over here. That's Super over here. We have the rest of his team over here. So now, once the Titans push in, we have the Titan's over here now. And so now, right, the super is here. And he can't do anything unless he charges like this and breaks Vancouver's line. And charges him into his team. That's the only play that will work. And it doesn't, right?
Shock gonna play it the same way again. Super, though, out of position there.
That's not good for the Shock at all. They need him alive,
Yep.
and they lose Rascal.
So now they win this point.
The Vancouver Titans, their eye is on the prize and on point A. They've shoved the Shock off of it so much so that San Francisco cannot afford to try and contest this. They will allow the Titans to capture and hope that they can hold them off at point B.
And with winning this first
That was
fight,
so
you do
smart
get closer
from the
towards your
Titans.
ultimates.
No, that was just
For
actually
Vancouver,
Shock
so
just
they'll
being
go up to
dumb,
3 points,
actually.
45
That's not the
seconds here to attack
Titans.
point B.
They get a
Wait,
30-second extension. It's not a lot of time, but it's enough to get them to point B and give them an opportunity to capture it.
It's impossible to cap this
Again,
without
Shock needs to
overtime,
be
right?
extra careful not to overextend.
Slime goes super low. Twilight goes down, which is not good. They only have 30 seconds left, and Twilight is one of the slowest heroes in the game. If they kill Slime here, that's huge, because... Alright, so Haxel uses his ult to survive. Right, and kill and survive everybody.
They just need to get somebody to get a touch here, though. Somebody's going to have to get on the point and force overtime.
Fair warning, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a long fight. It will be drawn out. The Titans will be throwing everything now to see what can stick.
Janu dies. Janu has...
Johnny gets himself on the point, but
It's
he
not
needs
good.
to straight away.
Even with Somansu using his thing, Violet uses Trance, and now they win this.
At all. Both teams go for the Transcendence and trick open. They self-destruct to try and take the Titans down, but no one is blown up by that one. Super, Earth Shadow
was that
doesn't quite
shadow?
work out.
Whatever.
Bumper gets a better one. Trick-Open and Sinatra knocked to the ground, but once again, there's no one there to follow up.
They win
with
this
Reinhardt
because
stun.
they
Axel
killed
is forced
Shadow.
back. Sominsu also knocking on the door, and Johnny's forced to switch to the wrecking ball.
They're
now
forced
with
to touch
extra
again.
mobility and staying power.
Johnny uses...
Johnny there with the shield. All of the Shock are forced back. The Titans are now starting to capture this point. They've got 1/3. The Shock have to go now. Super pushing forward. He got
Actually, Trailbin goes low here, which is... I don't know. Trailbin goes low here. Maybe they win the fight, but... It's probably Shock's.
From Sinatra to mitigate some of the damage, but Trick-Open gets the mech. A triple knock-up in the backside there.
Yep, so...
Johnny, but he has to give up his life for it. Super goes down.
They're doing
It's
it.
happening. The Vancouver
Wait,
Titans
they might actually win
come back in
this.
fight. The Graviton surge. They need to get kills.
Violet
on the
kills
Shock.
Slime.
They need
Violet
to
kills
go back.
Twilight.
Violet
He's
finds
going
himself
insane.
too. That may be enough now. Bumper trying to cut through Sinatra, but he's getting so much healing right now from Violet. He'll be able to push back in now as the sound barrier is applied to the San Francisco
Yep,
Shock.
they have this.
Axel has a rally. A bit of extra healing for both teams now as they're starting to run. Both out of gas. Janu's taken down. There's a minefield up, and Super brings the hammer down. The Shock are able to defend point B. That took everything they had in reserve. But now they know what they need to do to win this map overall. Next will be their turn to go on the offense.
Yeah, it did get point A there for the Titans, and they make
Second swap.
those players get through it. You can see he's all the way in the back there, and they use that Transcendence to heal him up.
Violet goes insane.
See the
If
yellow-
Violet didn't kill those two people, they would have lost.
Armor, which would give
Definitely.
Rascals. Rally. So a bit of extra durability meant that Violet could play aggressively to try and clutch things for his team, and he did admirably. Now the
Alright,
Shock
so they're going the
need to
same
get
way
quick
as the
Titans
Titans
were on
did.
their attack.
They have more time, so it's fine if... Alright, so it's fine if they don't win this on the first fight. But Jano goes low, so that's not
Can they
probably
match up to the Titan style though? Super takes a lot of damage early on, but Bumper's knocked off here. That's a very
Bumper's knocked
good
off.
start. Nicely done by
So
Bump.
now everybody has to rotate to the low ground, and now they have to give Shock the high ground, which is not something you want to do in... You don't want to give your opponents
Who
anything.
is skating above the pillars. This forces the Titan.
You see Sinatra boosts up here, and boosts up here, right? So now he's taken this high ground, right? Remember in the beginning of the thing, I said that, oh, Zarya can laser here, right? He can laser down to the on the Titans, right? So what they have to do is now they have to go into this room. Right, this room protects cover from Sinatra. You see Sinatra just looking down, like lasering somebody over here. I don't know who's there. But they have to go into this room to take cover from Sinatra's like thing and not give him an early grab. Right? If they give him a grab, they basically
Stay
lose.
together, even if that means
Right, you see?
following Bumper onto the low ground.
And this is the position that we saw Sominsu get into when Vancouver
You see how
was on offense.
he's bullying this he's like basically bodying the two doors, right? Now, since the Titans are stuck in these doors, they have to push out with speed boost or something like that. Otherwise, Sinatra's just gonna take some people half or low and then kill them, and then the team follows up and kills them, right? So they have to use speed boost and get see.
Up on the high ground.
Right.
Drops down.
Now see, this is a good position for the Shock. As they say that, Sinatra goes low, so that's not good. Oh, okay. So before, right, that was a good position for the Shock because we have the Vancouver Titans just in one room, right, and they have to push out into damage, right. They're pushing out of a room is not something that you want to do because this is basically a mini choke, right. Once the Titans have got here, they've basically made this and this into a mini choke for themselves.
By his teammates, though, I don't
Barely.
think Sinatra wanted to drop down from the high ground. I think he wanted to stay up there and may have slipped off.
So Choyobin can do the same thing, right? Choyobin has his, like, you know, his shotgun stuffs, and he can rain down damage as well. It's the same concept, but just a
The
different
Shock
type.
now have not found any kills early in this fight. They're looking
Yeah, so if you see that, play that back.
for it. I think
We have Bumber here. We have his team here. Super goes, hey, Bumper's over there. Hammer down! And then kills everything. Right.
he wanted to stay up there and may have
See,
slipped off.
Bumper goes that way. And Super's like, oh, look, Bumper's over here. And Haxel and Janu are over here. Let's use our ultimates. Let's go. And then he kills everything.
The Shock now
Right?
have not found any kills early in this fight. They're looking for him now, though. Johnny and Twilight both not looking around. There it is! That's what they were looking for. Bumper charging in vain. There was no way he was going to escape. And now for Shock, the win condition is very clear. They'll get a short extension on their time, and then it'll be go, go, go for point B.
And that's set up by another Super Earth Shatter. Connects with the ring.
Alright, with this, Titans have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5. Shock have 4. No, not even 4. They have 3. They don't even have Moths beat yet. So, they probably don't win this fight. They probably just want to ego push
Up to
this.
15 enemies stunned, 7 eliminations for the Shock off of those big Reinhardt ultimates.
The Shock.
If you're Vancouver here, you have a lot of ultimates to work with. Just not try and burn all of them.
Sinatra just lays it down.
And
And they kill Bumper!
Comes late.
That is huge! The
It's okay, they killed Violet.
to keep up alive, but he wasn't there to benefit from it. It's a 5v5 now, but the Shock still have Super, their main tank, and they push on to the point and see
It'd
what
be
else
huge if they got
can
like
get now.
1 tick.
Forced to back up. I think it was the rally was used by Haxel.
And they probably want to back out of this to Shock. This is a really good engagement for them. So they end up using their Graviton Surge. They get Bumper. Bumper's now back off the respawn. But Haxel had to use Rally, and Twilight used Transcendence. So now if you look at top,
Sinatra's
Shock,
even
you see
back
all of these
50%
check
to
marks
another
coming online.
grab.
Especially the 2 all the way on the left. You have that Sound Barrier and Transcendence to use.
Moth and Violet. The ones to keep your eyes on right now, the Shock feel like brawling a little bit more, but they're going to have to use their Transcendence now to save them from this Graviton Surge. The self-destruct from Johnny won't find anyone, and a Salver is...
They killed Janu before he remax! They killed Janu before he remax over here. That's a big oopsie.
They have to go, but Bumper
But Bumper hits a big shatter.
put them to a
So
stop. The Earth Shatter
fine.
definitely slowed the Shock down, and now they're stuck in that side room.
They still grab this, and now they have it because they kill Haxel.
Trying to keep that shield up, it won't be enough.
Super goes 2.
Jovin was desuited. Now the Shock have
Remember, they don't have to cap the entire point. They only have to cap only a little bit. Now he hits another shatter. Alright, now they probably don't win this because now they use the trans.
The Shock just have to capture 69% of this point. That is
69% of the point.
all. And they made a good start here.
Yeah, they don't have
need
it.
to play it safe. Oh, Moth!
Never
So
mind, they killed
cheeky.
Twilight.
The Lucio flew in the backline and vertically shot at Twilight to remove this and out of here.
Now they have to
Again, the
wait
Shock
for-
is still
yeah,
on
Super's
third.
back.
They're still taking their time.
Yeah, they have to wait. They're going to get Super back in the action here.
Now
They have
Choyobin
all 6
doesn't have his, you know, his thing. So now he, now, yep, and that's it. That's this fight.
The Shock are missing their main tank to
Unless they clutch it with Twilight dying. Sinatra dies here as well, so that's not good. No! No, Moth uses... What is he doing? Alright, they have to get out, they have to get out, they have to get out very quickly. Because now, if they don't get out quickly, they lose. Right? Because the Rascal gets picked, and now
chance.
Yeah, so they only have
catch
one
a beat.
chance,
And
right?
Johnny switched
That, like the
over
caster
that
was saying.
wrecking ball to be able to stall out the point.
Choyobin's still here because he can't disengage without dying.
Back to his diva. His only rally
So
here.
now Choyobin has to touch
It's
here.
available for the shock. It's going to be a graviton surge for Sinatra. Needs to be a good one. Choyobin probably comes on the left-hand side here and gets that touch to force overtime.
Yeah, he has touch.
Gets to the point. He has
Super gets booped! That's not good. Alright, so they engage with Rally, but Bumper and Haxel use theirs. On the opposing side, Sinatra uses Grav, and Rascal uses Rally. I'm just gonna watch this fight first and then go back.
Trying to go for an Earth Shatter, doesn't really find what he was looking for though. Choyobin, this must be. It's huge! That's what the shot needed again! Choyobin comes to the rescue!
Yep, Choyobin goes insane
Shadow is
here.
desuited now. The shock is starting to capture the
Really
point. They got
boy.
1/3, 50% and counting. And they just need to get these last couple of players off for the Titans. Twilight is hammered. He goes down. Bumper now throws him.
Cool. So let's break that down, because alright, now let's just watch the
Silver
fight.
the point. Solomon 2 comes in. Ladoof the timekeeper going. But no, it's not meant.
Yep. So, let's go back down. Go back and break down the fight. So the only way they can win this is if Sinatra gets Grav and grabs them, and Super builds his ult, right, and shatters them, and then Choyobin uses his. Violet can build up his trance if it's a long fight. Vancouver has 4. These 4. Right? So, they probably can survive the Grav, right? They can survive the Grav, but that's not accounting for Super's ult charge, right?
Probably comes on the left-hand side here and gets that touch to force overtime.
2 seconds remaining.
Now we stop. Alright. So, first, they rally in. Super goes low, right?
Gets to the point.
We have Slime here, boops the team down. So Bumper is like, oh, look, the team's over there. Let's drop. He drops, I think. I'm not sure. Don't make me look like an idiot, Bumper.
He has secured over
Never mind. He gets booped.
time. And Super took
Alright. So, Bumper still moves over there. He finds Choyobin and Super. He's like, Super's over here. And he's swinging his hammer. So that means I can hit a big shatter. And shatter is here. Right? Right? With Twilight now using Trance, I think. No, Twilight gets Trance. Right here. They still have Rally and both rallies up. Now, since they know, oh, look, they're overextending. Janu and Haxel and Twilight are over here. And Slime and the rest of the team are over here. So, oh, let's grab the half the team, and then we kill them, and we kill the other half of the team, right? Slime gets pulled. Twilight tries to go in for the trance, and Slime goes in for the sound barrier. Which is, yeah, you know what? That's a good ult. Nah, maybe it's a good ult. Whatever. Maybe it's a good layer. But, right, with Bumper over here, right, we have Bumper over here getting caught out because we have... Can I get more pixels? Do I have more pixels? Give me more pixels. Alright. Yep, alright, so, you see Bumper trying to block this? Super goes in over here and is like, oh, hey look, Bumper's trying to block it. And he shatters. Wait, can we slow it down? No, we can't. Yep. You see? He uses Shatter, and everybody else dies. You see, on this side, we have Reinhardt, and we have Reinhardt. That means that Reinhardt assisted in the kill, which means that Reinhardt killed him with the Earth Shatter. And then Choyobin used Bomb, right? Right? Ooh, that's... Alright. So now, as the fight is winding down, they just clean up, and then they win. Violet comes in with his...
The shock is starting to capture the point. They got 1/3, 50% and counting. And they just need to get these last couple of players off for the Titans. Twilight.
And...
He goes down. Bumper now throws himself with the point. Solomon 2 comes in.
Rascal kills 2, Sinatra kills 2, Violet kills 1, and that's it.
The shot take map 3. An unlikely victory. And again, Choyobin comes up with the goods. Perfect setup for that Diva Bomb explosion. The rest of the shot